So, because of the dead air, I'm going to go ahead and start the show.
Hola.
Did we lose Jay? With the one person who was going to do the intro?
Restart. Mulligan.
No, we're not mulliganing it. But where is Jay? What happened? He disappeared.
You said Jay's got the perfect intro.
It's a live taping. Like, you can't restart it. There is no cut.
Well, no, you just scratch this, start a new live taping, and then he does the intro.
I mean, we could just count this as the show, bonus material.
We lost Jay. He just left.
This is the pre-show to the show.
This is the pre-show of the show. Also, Adam,
internet crashed is what Jay said.
His internet crashed. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is your pre-show entertainment for the show. Now, me and Jay were discussing this before Eric and you signed on, but I believe the show is kind of the name that we've all collectively adopted.
It's the show about shows.
It's a show about shows. Exactly. Now, I would like to make one request for stylistic purposes that we
on the end, so it's mirrored.
No, that the second show in the show be lowercase, so that it's like the show.
Well, honestly, neither of them need to be.
I wish we could italicize, put it like the trademark kind of look, but the show.
Well, there needs to be some way to differentiate between the two, so it's not just
commas usually work.
The show, comma show. I don't like the way that. Well, I like the show.
The show. /show
show.
We could emoticon the second show.
No, I don't like the W. That doesn't look good.
The W. What do you mean?
If you look at the screen, it just popped up above Adam's head. There was a little chat.
Oh no.
No, look. If you look at the name of the podcast, it says the show. I like that for stylistic purposes because it differentiates between the two pronunciations. It doesn't necessarily indicate which one. I guess you put more emphasis on the show. Because it's
why did it backslash? Interesting.
We're not using that.
I don't want anything with that could be interpreted as a Kirby emoticon.
Is that Peacock the photo of me that I'm using right now? That selfie photo? Is that the chat?
The selfie photo was the one that a girl who shall not be named took a picture of you.
No. I have the one where my hand is on my face, and then I have one in the group chat of the Peacock haircut.
Oh, let me look at the group chat. I don't have that open.
Honestly, the word show sounds weird now because we've used it so much. I'm looking at it.
It doesn't even look right. It doesn't even look right.
No.
I've been looking at it so long, and I'm like, why is there a W in this word? What? This doesn't make sense. Why?
The show. That's English. That's English for you. Well, try spelling.
You can't use an E. That's shoe.
You guys go ahead and start. I'll just jump in when I get it running again. Says Jay.
Well, we can't really start without the perfect intro.
He always has the cast.
He always
has the cast and the directors and all the stats ready.
I feel like we would just be doing exactly what we're doing in this pre-show bonus material that we're offering for our premium
viewers.
I'm going to anticipate the perfect drum roll and then he'll enter in.
Well, you better anticipate it though. Don't just do it at
what if he joined right now though?
It's not going to be right now.
I'm
not anticipating it.
The moment you see his picture, you go drum roll, intro, and then he can start.
No, you can't drum roll for a second. That's not long.
You can do a second drum roll.
All right, I'm pulling up the cast. I'm pulling up the cast for.
Well, hold on, no, we're still in pre-show mode. Let's. We have to have an intro into the show.
I'm getting my materials ready.
Okay, so that's definitely pre-show. So, anyways, have any of you thought of any shows that you are definitely wanting to petition the group to watch?
Yes,
I'd love to hear those.
When we cycle back around to the anime category.
Oh, okay.
I want to highly suggest One Punch Man.
Okay. Yeah.
One
That's a
Punch
solid
Man,
anime.
One Punch Man, or My Hero Academia. But My Hero takes a lot more appreciation needed for anime.
Yeah.
My One Punch Man is just like raw
Netflix anime.
freaking. It's not Netflix, is it? I mean,
It's not actually Netflix anime, but I would consider One Punch Man more palatable,
Mainstream?
more mainstream. I mean,
Well-
I'm not like an anime guru or anything.
have you
but
seen
it's
One
something
Punch
that-
Man?
I've seen one episode of One Punch Man.
Oh my gosh!
Yo,
Well,
You're missing out.
Yo!
Yo, oh, drum roll.
I did it. I already did it. Like
Jay Reed in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
It was in
So
frequency.
now the pre-show has now ended. So silence for half a second, and then Jay can do the intro.
Hey, everybody start to shut up, because today we're talking about AP Bio.
There we go.
Oh, I was just having a good conversation about shrimp cocktails.
There you go. Welcome to the show. I am one of your hosts, Jay. Who else we got on the line here tonight?
I'm Eric. Howdy.
I'm Aaron.
I'm Adam.
All right, let's talk about AP Bio. So I know I came from this because I'm a big fan of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I'll just come out and say it. And I like this actor, and I think he's funny. So that's what drew me to the show to begin with. And I'll just say it. I like it. What do you guys think?
I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Solid show. It's funny. Having like the one cynical character surrounded by optimistic people is a laugh. Especially the principal.
I think that my only, I don't want to really say critique, but observation is that it felt very much like it was just Dennis from Always Sunny in Philadelphia as an AP Bio teacher who was educated. Like it didn't feel like a different character than Dennis.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree with that.
I know that it's Jack and it's this whole new character that they've created, but everything about his persona, his personality, his mannerisms, I could not see Dennis in those situations.
Well, that's the beauty of casting, right? I mean, they made this character and they needed someone to fill it perfectly, and they're like, hey, I mean, the perfect asshole right there. Let's take.
I feel like it was probably more or less pitched as, hey, what if we took Dennis from Always Sunny in Philadelphia and made him a teacher, and that's where it like
Interesting.
Genesis from.
Yeah, I'd agree with all of that, but I would also say it worked.
It
still
worked.
liked
It worked. No. Like I said, not a complaint, not a criticism, just observation.
Yeah.
I loved it, and I love Dennis. Like he's hilarious and terrible at the same time.
I love that he's always set on vengeance.
Not always.
Well, I guess
He did rise above like one time.
sure.
And then immediately fell.
Well, no, I think the class drug him back down.
Well, speaking of the class, I'm curious to see. Did you guys have favorites of the kids, like favorite students?
Oh yeah.
So
My favorite was Heather and
Yeah.
Devin for sure. Heather's glasses and her just dumb, goofy face the whole time, and then Devin's like sick mortality for everything was really, really well suited. The
That's
Prince of
Heather.
Darkness.
The Prince of
That was
Darkness episode
hilarious.
with the rival was very, very funny. How nothing worked out the way they planned. Like it just made him more and more excited to be a dad. Like, I thought that was a great episode.
That was a good one.
I will say that I really liked at the beginning the kind of like bringing in the like jock. I don't remember his name.
Looking.
Yeah, I'm looking right now too.
Was he really a jock?
Well, I think
No,
he
just
was
the bully.
portrayed-
It's just the bully.
Yeah.
whatever.
But then, like,
He was
stopped
from
being
out
the
of
bully.
town. No, he was from out of town. He just moved in. He said, "I have a hard
Marcus?
time making
Was it
friends."
Marcus.
Sounds right. I don't know.
Not too
Yeah, I think it was Marcus. So yeah, Marcus at the beginning was interesting because he was like supposed to be the bully, and nobody was supposed to like him.
Dan Decker. Dan
Yeah.
Decker.
Oh, was it Dan Decker? Okay.
Yeah.
So Dan Decker was the bully, and no one was supposed to like him. And then like it was really that he just moved around a lot and didn't make friends very easily.
Mhm.
And the teacher gave him, I guess, inadvertent advice on how to solve that. And so
what was
they-
this?
at the very beginning of the show, whenever he was like, the people won't even talk to me, they won't sit at lunch with me, they think I'm a bully. And he's like, yeah, you should just, be by yourself, be awesome. Being a loner is a great thing. Look at me, I'm amazing. He's like, I don't want to be you.
Oh yeah.
Your life is a mess.
Like, you chose to sit next to trash.
Yeah, he's like, you're the one who chose to sit next to trash, not me. That was very Dennis. But it taught the kid a lesson. The show had a great way of, I guess, in a way, teaching the kids lessons about the real world.
Well, that was definitely what he was trying to do. Is like, don't raise your hand. You're not sitting in assigned seats.
Yeah, it definitely had I don't know, well, he was a college teacher, so it makes sense. He had a more college feel than high school. And
that's true too.
like,
what do y'all think about the overall plot of the show? I liked the washed up Harvard teacher trying to get back at his rival. We haven't talked about Miles yet.
I love Miles. Like, I think they casted that perfectly, and he was hilarious.
I think one thing that I thought was a little unrealistic about the show, just kind of from the get-go, and it's fine to be unrealistic, is why would they hire him? Is it just because he has Harvard in his education?
Oh yeah, why did he get washed up?
Well, no. Why hire him as a bio teacher if he has no biology education?
Well, they just wanted the Harvard.
I understand that, but how? I don't think that's very realistic.
That probably wouldn't happen in real life, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
No,
that's not enough to get someone hired.
Because I think it's actually like a little bit logistically difficult to get a teaching license in most states.
Yeah, you have to have a license to be a teacher too, and it didn't really explain how he got licensed or anything like that.
No, there is in emergency exemption process, at least in Texas, and there's just always a chronic shortage of teachers to begin with, so that exemption is almost always active. So my understanding is that it is actually possible if you know the right people and get the right paperwork, but still, it's the way that he runs his car through the sign.
Yeah,
and that it's a little unrealistic and sitcom-y, but it's a sitcom.
No, I agree, and I just was kind of like the basic premise was this, and I was like, feels like a silly play.
Well, I mean, the moment it goes off the rails and forgets reality is whenever he's just sitting there hitting on the kid's mom in front of
everybody
at parent teacher day.
That was amazing.
I loved how he just
pans around, views the whole classroom,
going after Colin's mom like the most awkward kid in the class.
I will say this: one of my favorite scenes is whenever they're at the dinner and his mom gets up to go get something, and he pulls out $20. He's like, here's $20.
Make it 40. He's like, make it
40. He's like, fine, here. And then she walks back and he's like, Mr. What's his name?
Griffin.
Jack Griffin.
Yeah, Mr. Griffin just gave me $40. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I love that kid. And in the earlier episode when he was the lookout, and he was like, hey, if I see anybody coming, I'm gonna play Baker Street. They're like, what's Baker Street? And he's like, you'll know.
You'll know. Yeah, no, definitely.
Exactly.
No, that kid was very mischievous and conniving.
Well, also glasses. I don't remember what was his name. It was
Marcus. Marcus.
That was Marcus. Yeah,
the president of
the sweater vest.
That was a good story. That was interesting because the parents, they really did a good job of embodying these crazy parents, where they're like, "Can you just tell him that he won?" No, that was you cheated. You paid you paid someone to stuff the ballot.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna cover it up anymore. I definitely feel like there are people who are like that. They want to shield their kids from reality.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I feel like that's one of the things that I don't like about private schools and homeschools is that it's kind of quasi shielding people from reality, because then they're once they go out into the world and realize, hey, people are kind of dicks, And
they're also people different from me.
There's people different from me. I was actually saying that to someone today. Is we need to teach world cultures in high school to everybody so they at least understand that it's okay to be different.
Oh yeah.
Well, like language does a
let's
lot.
let's not get started on an education crisis. I mean,
Well, I was a big fan of the episode with the party where Jack's trying to throw the adult party upstairs and all the kids are in the basement.
Yeah, there was
bathroom.
no
No
bathroom in the basement. That was so good.
oh my god! And then the one kid kept pouring all his drinks out in the plant because he didn't want to get drunk.
Yeah.
Victor. Oh my
Victor
god!
Kozlowski. Oh man.
I need to open up the IMDb instead of the Wikipedia. There's no pictures.
Yeah, IMDb's king for that.
I know about the affairs.
I know about the affairs. That was so good.
Because it worked.
It worked so well.
Go to your room, and the dad was just left standing there like, "Damn it, I knew too." Oh, one of my favorite back and forths was between the female teachers.
Oh yeah, the three, the pack.
Oh, they had a really good just chemistry the whole time. But
Yeah,
one of my
I really
favorite
like them.
was when the janitor came along to Steph, the black one.
Yeah.
Then she
Oh,
was trying to
no.
like toss her off to Mary.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like, "Oh, I can't date you because Mary has a crush on you." Yeah, you're Mary's crush. It's like, oh, that was a really good handoff.
I also thought the whole like when the lady got, I think it was Steph, got into multi-level marketing.
Yeah.
And she was like,
Yeah.
"How much can I put you down for all this expensive makeup?" And they're like, "We don't make any money either."
Mm-hmm. Because I don't know if you've ever worked in a situation like that, but there's always that one person.
Yeah.
You're like,
Oh,
I recognize your need for your side hustle, but like, please don't bring it to work.
Or church.
Or oh yeah.
People definitely do that.
Would Jesus run his side hustle at the synagogue?
Cookies. Get your
Uh,
sacrificial cookies.
Pretty
But I'm
sure he
glad-
started whipping people because they did. But hey,
I'm glad you
Sorry,
guys
go
brought up the teachers because I thought they were really a kind of a gem of the show. I thought they were one of the best parts.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really? Interesting.
I just thought they were all interesting characters. I thought they were all very funny in their own ways.
Yeah, the ghost episode, like that, they were very, very funny.
Oh
in
my
that.
gosh. Totally forgot about the Carrie episode.
Yeah, the Carrie episode was really good. I especially their interactions, like what you see may or may not be a ghost.
It's like, get on with it.
I think that one of the best scenes of the show was the one where Jack was like trying to date Toledo women and he was going out with
Yeah.
the teachers.
Yeah, that was a good one. And then
And-
he meets the lady that wasn't into Toledo.
Yeah, she was from Baltimore and she makes fun of the teachers and like that's one of the moments where you like Jack because like he turns on that girl is like, no, like actually you're the one who's dumb. Like for putting down this town, these are actually nice people. Those are my friends. And I think the sickest burn is he goes, Baltimore is a third-rate city. There are dead women in your parks.
Yeah, that's true. And
If
that's
you ever
true.
listen to Serial, that's what that's about. Like,
dang.
No, but I have seen The Wire. So
Isn't that based in Florida?
The Wire?
Yeah.
No, Baltimore.
wait, you're thinking of Burn Notice?
No, but that is also.
He is thinking of.
I'm thinking of Miami Vice or something.
Why would of course
Miami
Miami
Vice?
Vice would be
I don't
in
know.
Florida?
What?
A lot of people confuse those two.
That was 3 for 3. That was 3 for 3.
Like one is possibly the most critically acclaimed television show
Of all time.
of all time. The other has Don Johnson.
We're not going to tell you which.
And the Pope is filmed in San Diego.
Well, Always Sunny in Philadelphia bar is not even in Philadelphia. It's in LA.
What did you guys think of Patton Oswalt as the principal?
I thought he did a phenomenal job.
Oh, really good.
He always
perfect.
does good in any role.
Dirty
he
Durbin.
plays. Dirty Durbin.
Dirty Dirty.
And the crazy like assistant.
She was
She
really
did really good.
No, she did really good too.
I was a big fan of that.
Can I have your chair?
Paula Pell. What else did she do? Let's see.
So I don't know if either of you guys ever watched Disney shows when you were growing up, but there was a show called Sister Sister.
Oh, hell
and
yeah.
It had Tia and something
Tia and Tamara.
Tia and Tamara.
Maury, and the mother in it wasn't she the lawyer? Was that who it was in the second episode?
Are you talking about
Oh, the
the
union
Yeah,
representative?
the union rep.
Was that her?
Was that her? I thought it was her. It might be a different lady,
No,
but
let's find out.
I was trying to find.
Wait, I
that.
thought the mom was dead in that show.
Is she dead? Maybe I may just
There
be
was just a
completely
father. I thought he
wrong.
was like a single father. But he did get married at one point?
No. One mother,
It was Niecy.
one parent had one twin, and the other parent had the other twin, and they were like living together for the benefit of the daughters. That was the premise of the show.
Oh.
Yeah,
We're going back in time. Here
It's
we go.
Kim.
it's not her. It's the lady from Reno 911. I was wrong.
Yeah, Niecy Nash. She's
Pluto Nash?
No, Niecy Nash.
Her name is Niecy Nash.
She's
Yeah.
pretty funny.
She's great in Reno.
However, I think Aaron may have just suggested the best show for next month.
Oh,
It
man,
is Sister
Reno is
Sister.
good.
I've already watched it.
So?
You want to
Your
go
point
with
being?
911?
No, he was saying Sister Sister. It's a story about twins living together with different parents. I don't know how that works though.
I would probably rather do Reno 911.
I think we all would rather do Reno 911.
Well, we can get to next month in a moment. I want to stick with AP Bio for a moment.
Did y'all have a favorite episode?
I think the episode where what was his name? The Prince of Darkness?
Devin.
Devin. The one where Devin acted like the rival's son. That was
Yeah,
very-
that's
gut-wrenching but great episode.
You could tell he struggled with
Dad?
that too.
good.
That kid's a good
That's pretty
actor.
rough.
I have a son. So I like that episode a lot, and also the Carrie episode. I think those two
He-
episodes stuck out the most to me.
One of my favorite Devin episodes was when Jack went and peed on the hospital, or he had public indecency or something, and he went and peed somewhere on the bookstore, I think, for not giving him the poster or something. Anyway, he's telling the whole story to the class, drawing it on the board, and then Devin goes home and then pees on the bully's house, and then the principal brings him by Mr. Griffin's house just to tell him, and he's like, I think I told them that earlier. He's like, oh. Just a monkey see, monkey do moment. And Devin went and peed on the bully's house. It was pretty funny. My favorite episode, though, was the butcher episode where Heather brings
With
in
the
the
little pig?
full pig. That was good. Just
That was
doing
pretty
the
great.
dissection. She knew everything about it.
It wasn't a dissection, it was a butchering.
But yeah. The snout, we just tossed that right in the trash. She's looking at the bully the whole time. I forget his name.
Dan Decker. She was
yeah.
into Dan Decker.
Mm-hmm.
Hot sugar mess.
She reminded me a lot. I don't know if anyone else has watched Bob's Burgers, but she was Tina, basically.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It was basically like watching like another version of Tina, like a live version.
I'd have to say favorite episode was the one where he was on the dates with all the Toledans.
Yeah, that was a good one. Jay, what about you?
I kind of go back and forth between the party episode and the dating the Toledo women episode, because the whole idea and fuck a Tinder date is hilarious.
Did Jay break up for anyone else just then?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought it was me.
He came back, get fuck a Tinder date, and I was like, huh.
Yeah. I was like, that's an interesting comment.
No, the concept of him riding the Greyhound bus all night to do that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
putting in
That's
so
rough.
much effort to just like not
Have sex with people.
Have a
from
local-
Toledo.
like date Toledo women, and like he's taking the bus back and it's just him and a clown. Like, I thought that was hilarious.
He was very classist,
Elitist.
elitist.
Yeah, definitely elitist. But that's just part of his character, even from Always Sunny. He's just like this elitist asshole. He's very narcissistic too.
Very much embodied the Harvard spirit.
Wow.
Well, you know the joke about like, do you know the joke about people who've been to Harvard?
No.
No, please.
Harvard, like, don't worry, they'll tell you.
It's like vegans.
Yeah, like that was the first thing he said to everybody. Yeah, I'm Jack, and I used to teach at Harvard.
From Harvard. Hey, yeah, I'm from Harvard. You know, Harvard.
Exactly.
They like to mention it. Isn't there an ongoing rivalry between Harvard and Stanford? And didn't Stanford play a role in this show? But didn't he used to teach at Stanford or something?
No, his
His
rival taught at Stanford, and his rival was getting him a job at Stanford. That was an interesting storyline. I don't know how they don't tie everything back to him in season 2, because he was talking to a girl who was 14, but it was from an IP address of a student in his class. Like, they never tied that back in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like
I left it alone.
Yeah, I feel
what
like
do you
that
mean?
And that's what finally got him fired too.
So what's his name? What's the rival's name again?
Miles.
Miles. So Miles gets
Well, he
fired
gets
from Stanford for being catfished by a 14-year-old, essentially.
Yeah, and then they trace it back.
But they traced it back to Toledo, but they didn't trace it to Jack's classroom yet. I feel like that would ultimately exonerate Miles, because it wasn't him. He didn't really do anything wrong in that situation. It was them.
Oh, I forgot. Jack got fired or dismissed because of Miles's character.
Yeah.
Okay, so his recommendation was no longer valid.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought.
So he
Jack-
ended up just screwing himself.
I thought
Yeah.
Jack
Screwing
got
with Miles.
screwed. I thought Jack got screwed because they found out it was from his class.
No. It was just because he was recommended for the job by him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there was a season 2. They got renewed for season 2.
they renewed for season 2. Didn't season 2 just end?
No.
I
It hasn't
don't
started
know.
yet.
I didn't
thought-
see the
I thought
episodes
someone
on there.
said that, but I may be wrong.
Has the Devon kid done anything else? Jacob McCarthy,
I've seen him before.
known for the drummer of the Keeper, the drummer and the Keeper. And then
That's not what
Priya.
I've seen.
I don't know him from anything else.
And Foursome.
He kind of just seems like a new I See Dead People kind of kid. He seems like he could make it.
You gonna root for him?
Yeah. He just needs to be in one horror movie, then he's gonna do like great. The Carrie episode was amazing. Oh my god.
So, did we lose Jay again? I feel like his internet.
I'm here.
crashed. Okay, he just was silent for a long time.
Hey.
So let's get some points down.
All right.
What was our average of Atlanta? For
Dun, dun,
context?
dun, dun.
I feel like it was like 8.5 or something.
It was a lot.
It was
Was
high.
the last one?
Yeah.
Atlanta was the last one.
Dang, guys.
I mean,
How long ago was that?
I burned through this show in like
May 29th? Oh gosh,
4
guys.
days. This was a good one.
All right. Dun, 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 dun.
Jay is officially the
Average is
secretary
one.
of the show.
All right,
8.125.
8 1/8 was our final rating on Atlanta.
8 1/8.
Yeah, that's 8.125.
Hmm.
All right, so here we go. Who's first? Do you guys want to keep doing the same order? Or do you want to start mixing it up?
I am fine with the same order.
When you
Okay.
say same order, what do you mean?
For whenever we've been giving ratings, we've gone in the same order: Eric, Adam, me, Aaron. But some might say that puts a little bit of pressure on Eric to be the first one to voice his opinion. So,
Well, I will make sure that it's long-winded and not brief.
Okay, go.
Yeah,
Okay,
it doesn't
all right.
really matter the order at that point. So
all right, Eric, hit me up.
No, I liked it. I did not go into it with high hopes, but it was perfect. It's a perfect background show. It's a good little sitcom to follow. I liked his Jack's overall attitude. I think Aaron nailed it. It's just kind of like watching him from Always Sunny. Just it's the same persona as a teacher. It is good. I'm going to give it a. It was entertaining. I want to say 6.9. Just want to kind of leave some headroom in there, but yeah, I really enjoyed it.
All right, Adam.
I have a little bit of a hard time rating the show because in the line of sitcoms, I'd say this is high up there. But when I compare it to a show like Atlanta, which is what I consider like very good directing, it's got a lot of good stuff and it's got a great story, very deep. This doesn't really place because this isn't deep, This is like, it's funny, it's a sitcom. I did enjoy how everything kind of came back to bite him in the ass at the end. Like all this screwing with Miles just screwed him instead. Thought that was very karmical.
Came back from, yeah. Karmical, that's good.
But if I had to rate it, I'd have to give it like a 7.5 maybe. So we'll just split it and say 7.2.
7.2 from the Adamster. I think one thing that we didn't talk about yet is that I thought this show was actually very visually interesting, where it didn't just look like any other school TV show. It was very distinctive, and I thought they did a really good job with that. As we've been discussing, it had a good story. I think the writing was solid. I think the characters were engaging and interesting. I thought that Jack in particular was a very interesting character who he changed just enough for you to keep rooting for him, but not enough to like ruin the show so it can continue to be sitcom-y. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was just enjoyable all around. I'm going to give it a 7.5.
I think that with watching the show and seeing how much, like, I love Dennis. I love the character. I've always said the terrible people make the best television. I'm pretty sure that's the theory behind all of reality TV. But it makes me question: is Glenn Howard? Is it Howerton? Howerton. Is he going to be typecast forever now as this kind of, pessimistic dick character?
Sociopath.
Sociopath. Is he going to be? Is this his Napoleon Dynamite? And that's one of the things I was thinking throughout the show. But I did enjoy it. There were some pretty cringy moments for me that I had some trouble watching, which generally means it's a good show. Everyone tells me The Office is amazing, and I cringed through the entire series. I'm probably going to give it a 7, like a solid 7, because I think it was funny, it was well done, it was well written, well acted, the kids were great. I think that there is some room for improvement. I think that the basis of the show is a little bit silly. But yeah, I'll give it a 7 for entertainment.
All right, a 7 even from the Aaronster. Let's see, 6.9 plus.
I'll bring mine up to a solid 7. Just due to the cinematic comment that you were making earlier.
Oh, thank you.
I think for the show that it was, I mean, you almost always have the opportunity to run into the telephone booth problem, but they didn't have that. And whenever they were stuck in the room, I did notice some interesting shots where I was like, huh, they went out of their way to make that not look just like a tripod, in a classroom.
All right, so overall rating for AP Bio is a 7.175.
I'd say that's pretty accurate. I mean, it's a good sitcom.
7.175 is good sitcom.
Equals good sitcom.
Now, I would like just real quick a housekeeping matter, if I may. I think it might be prudent. This just kind of dawned on me here as we were voting. It might be prudent for us to start off each episode of the show laying out what the show's about.
Yeah,
like giving a rundown of it, maybe like the stats, where it aired.
IMDb summary.
Yeah, well, essentially, like the Wikipedia intro, something so that if someone were to one day listen to these archived TV show descriptions, it's not us just randomly talking about events in the ether.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We kind of jumped in. We were like, remember when they did this and this happened, and then there was this character and this one, and it was funny. Yeah, like I just was thinking about that this is just us recording us talking about bullshit. Like if we want,
a little without form. So if you didn't see the show, you don't know what we're talking.
Yeah, if you watch the show before listening to this, then you would have some context. But
everybody should do because spoiler alert.
Yeah, but incoming. But just kind of like that might be something worth incorporating.
Yeah.
So like this show was about a Harvard professor who lost his job and was working at a high school in Toledo. Was it high school? Yeah, right.
Yeah. It was freshman, right?
Freshman AP Bio. And so he was trying to. I never got this. Why was he trying to get revenge on Miles? It was just generally, I hate you because you're successful, or did Miles have something to do with him getting fired?
They were competing for the Stanford job.
Yeah,
but he lost the Harvard job because of that.
He had like a freak out when he didn't get the Stanford job, I think.
And that's
he said something like, "For matters I won't go into." Or something like that.
So that was never clearly delineated.
I don't think so.
Good. Keep it obscure. You have a creation mythos.
They could always go back to it.
Yeah. I feel like
these types of shows you don't fill in all the plot holes.
I don't know. Some sitcoms can get pretty in depth into their
look at How I Met Your Mother.
Story. Yeah, I was going to say. They explain things that didn't even happen the first time around.
Yeah.
Right? Fuck that show.
What? Jay really hated the ending of that show, but I think that you could probably say that he enjoyed the first 5 seasons.
I loved that show so much, and it turned on me.
They did a lot of weird stuff in the 6th and 7th.
Kind of like Lost.
I think that Jay would have a completely different opinion if he had not watched the show live and watched the show in one unison, like one sitting.
Agreed.
Later in life. Because I think that the reason why he has strong feelings about it is because of the edge factor.
They definitely foreshadowed.
When you
go back and watch, you're like, oh, that makes sense. I get it.
A lot of things do line up whenever you rewatch it.
Yeah, like how Robin is not at all good for Ted, and Ted is not at all good for Robin, and the whole show was about that until the last fucking episode.
At that point in their life, they weren't good for each other. They wanted different things, but later in life, they didn't. Anyways, this is
welcome to our double feature where we're talking about.
This is more bonus material.
We should go episode by episode.
This is the post show.
The post show, the show, post show.
Well, okay, so
show.
Let's pick a show for next month.
Ooh.
That's difficult.
So do we have a round robin going on here? Is it somebody's turn? Are we doing just general voting? I don't remember exactly what our methodology was here.
It's been a little bit of a smoky back room kind of thing.
Let's just go through the list. Who suggested AP?
I think that was probably me.
And then I suggested Atlanta.
And I think Atlanta might have also been me.
The Cowboy Bebop.
Is Adam?
This is me.
And then, man, I haven't been watching a whole lot of. Man, all right, dang it. Let me go through my Netflix. I have to see what I've seen.
Okay, so shows that we've discussed before that might be interesting. I would like to re-urge. Wait, Jay, we have a list, don't we?
Yeah, I've got it somewhere. We had also kind of tacitly talked about doing more of an action-y show. And the two that floated to the top were Altered Carbon and Westworld. And the second season of Westworld just ended yesterday.
Oh,
yeah. So can I just throw one thing out there?
Yeah.
Westworld would be fun, but Westworld is a very big investment. I will say that.
Is it? It's only an hour. It's only an hour.
It's only an hour 10 times, though. I mean,
it's definitely a change up from AP Bio, though.
It is, but let me also just say. We also have Jean-Claude Van Johnson from Amazon on the list of potential action-y shows. And although it's not a Westworld, I think that it would fit more of the style that we've been treading on since the beginning of this experience. I feel like Westworld is a derivation. It's more of a premium show as opposed to a show.
So we're gonna put this behind the paywall, is what you're trying to say?
No, I'm not saying paywall. Amazon is paid. I'm just saying I like the 30-minute format a little bit more for this right now. I don't know. When you step into the hour-long content, that just kind of
Well, then we
changes
just need to
things.
do that. We just need to do the show a lot sooner after we watch it. We need to set a binge week, like a 2-week window for binging, and then make sure we do the podcast.
Oh,
right
I
after.
mean, what? So it was Altered Carbon and
I have another
Westworld.
recommendation.
I haven't
let's put
seen-
some on the table. Let's throw some on the table.
Legion.
Okay, you want to hear
Legion.
I did find a list if you guys want to hear it.
Please
Okay, we can add some stuff to the list. That's
Yeah.
good.
continue.
So, Community, The Mick, The Good Place, John Claude Van Johnson, The Get Down, Chickens, Mindhunter, MASH, Riverdale, Anime to be named later, which I think we can take off the board. Mirai Milka,
Mirai Nikki.
Nikki,
That was an
Sorry.
anime to be named later.
The Leftovers, Blasted Tempest, and Fargo.
There was something that was reminded of while you were saying that. I just forgot it because of Adam's comment.
Man, I would totally be down to throw. Man, I want to get some serious shows on here.
Sure. Now,
But-
you
Add
mentioned-
Legion.
Just some heavy hitters.
You mentioned John Claude Van Johnson. It's only 30 minutes, and the first season is 6 episodes.
We can
So,
burn that.
We could burn that pretty quick.
We can burn that pretty quick.
I think there's a
You
second.
guys
season.
just want to do a double feature for July?
What is John Claude Van Damme?
John Claude
As an actor.
Van Damme was an actor. John Claude Van Johnson is an Amazon original series involving John Claude Van Damme.
Yes.
Oh, that tells me nothing.
It's where the actor is.
It was like the 80s and 90s, like The Rock.
Well, in the show,
So-
he's
or
recruited to
Jason
become like a
Statham.
secret agent, and his
Was he
cover
in the
is that he's an
Expendables?
action star.
Was he in the Expendables?
Probably.
Probably, right? I mean, that the Expendables is.
I think he was in like 2. Like, I
He
think
hasn't
was in
been acting
Expendables
for a
2.
while, but he did a lot of like the Smart Soldier stuff. Or
Yeah, he
I
was
just
like
saw
the
Steve-
90s like super
Yeah.
soldier. He was in Street Fighter. He was Guy or Guile or whatever.
Universal Soldier.
Universal Soldier.
Boxer.
Okay, so
forgetting his-
other action series. I'm
I'm not going for it. I don't want to. I'm not proposing action. I'm proposing heavy hitter, like some sort of blockbuster.
Like Westworld.
Legion.
Lost in Space is all right. I wouldn't recommend it right now.
So are we talking like doing like
I
an
wouldn't mind.
HBO quality
I've always
drama?
wanted to watch House of Cards. I've always wanted to watch. That's the only one on my list. I would definitely say Dexter.
So you are leaning more towards a premium show, is what you're saying.
Preferably.
Okay.
Could always do Game of Thrones
Oh.
because no one's seen that yet.
Yeah, and no one's reviewed it yet.
I still say
Okay.
Legion. It's supposed to be in the Marvel universe.
It's got Aubrey Plaza in it. I don't know if it's. Do you know if it's available anywhere?
It's on FX only.
What's FX up to? FX has a couple shows.
I mean,
Okay,
like they're-
how about this? How about a premium show? Not a lot of us have seen.
Netflix.
Might I re-urge Fargo? Because Fargo is a very high quality premium show. It's not off of HBO. It's not off one of the main channels. It's on FX. It is very interesting. It's drama. It's not comedy or anything like that.
It's a crime drama.
It's a crime drama. It's very, very good. I will say that, and I think that we'll have a lot to talk about.
It's got Steve Buscemi in it. Interesting.
Are you looking at the movie, or are you looking at Fargo the TV series? Because
You
Fargo
know
the
what? I think
movie,
it's the movie.
Yeah, Buscemi's in the movie, and the
Is there
show
one-
is also kind of. It's kind of like True Detective, where it's got a completely different cast every season.
Interesting.
They have 2 seasons planned for 2017 and 2020. I guess we've already done season 3.
so it says, yeah, Fargo is an American black crime drama black comedy crime drama anthology series. So I think you can watch the show without having seen the movie.
Yeah, I don't think they have anything to do with each other.
So
They
that
just took the format and then
How many episodes are in
I
the
don't-
first season?
these are hour-long shows, though.
10 episodes, hour long. So we would essentially, if we watch one season, it would be a closed story, start to finish,
Mhm.
because it's an anthology. Like what's it called? American Horror Story.
Interesting.
Although those are connected, but that's beside the point.
Same universe, but not necessarily same storyline. Thoughts?
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu, really?
Let's see. Season 1 and 2 are on Hulu.
I think this is worth pursuing, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't seen. I saw like maybe 2 or 3 episodes. I think back with Daniel 5 or 6 years ago, and I remembered that it was good, and I wanted to continue watching it, but I don't remember finishing it.
Okay. Yeah, I think the first season is like it's the same story as the movie, but like adapted for television and significantly different. But like
Yeah.
Billy Bob Thornton's in it, Colin Hanks is in it. I've heard nothing but good
Thornton's
things.
in it?
Yeah, Billy Bob.
Yeah,
I do love me some Billy Bob.
Allison Tolmain.
Oh, is Billy Bob a leading character?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm in immediately with that.
Okay, so Fargo season 1.
Adam?
Okay.
All right.
All right, we have our new show, and it's a hard-hitting show.
We have liftoff, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Excellent. So, I think that
And
is
it's by
it.
FX.
And it's by FX. It's a.
Mhm.
I don't have really anything to add to that.
They got some good ass shows.
There's some good ass shows. I will say the Mick is worth watching, just since we're on the FX Sunny in Philadelphia vibe.
Well, soon to be Disney FX, but
I don't know if Comcast outbids them.
no, I think that's done. Like,
Oh, really?
Disney up their offer, and it's been cleared by the antitrust regulators. So.
Of course it was. I mean,
Disney
it
Fox.
was. I'm not really.
Everyone
You think-
get your darknet passwords and get your Usenet Tor networks ready to go, ladies.
Does anyone want to take bets on what they'll change Fox's name to?
Mouse.
I bet they'll just leave it.
They'll probably just
No,
add an O and name
I
it
think
Fox.
because of the political environment and the Fox like name, I think they're gonna change it.
Interesting.
I think they would be wise to change it to distance themselves.
So they may be canceling Atlanta and Americans because they're probably a little bit too rough for Disney.
I don't know. Miramax was owned by Disney when they released fucking
Disney has done some pretty dark stuff.
yeah.
They just don't release it under the Disney name. They've got like
Yeah.
sub brands for that,
That's
which
the whole point
FX
of
would
this.
be.
FX would be a sub brand.
They got like Adult Disney. I mean, that's a total sub brand.
Disney is a company first and foremost. The Disney name is just associated mostly with Mickey Mouse. But they've owned some. I mean, what the fuck? Like, what's it? ABC Family. They've had some pretty crazy shit on there. Pretty Little Liars and shit
Yeah.
like that.
Fuck you.
That's not family wholesome entertainment.
Take that, Ted Danson.
Take that, Ted Danson. I like Ted Danson a lot.
I love Ted
you know?
Danson. He's in the second season.
Yeah, it's Pretty Little Liars.
Oh no, Fargo.
Wait, hold on. Question: we have 2 seasons to choose from. Since they're anthology, do we want to consider which one we want to watch?
Let's go for the first one. I want to see what their
that's
intention and first shot looks like.
I just was going to say I was reading this and it says the first one is set in 2006, the second one is set in 1979.
Huh.
We could watch Pretty Little Liars.
We're not watching Pretty Little Liars, Jay. Don't
Come
ever
on.
suggest it.
I'm adding it
Why
to the
not?
list.
But
Don't add Sister to the list.
Oh, thank you. I forgot about that one.
If you're going to add Sister list, then you got to add a smart guy.
Should also add
Absolutely.
Legion and Dirks Gently.
Dirks Gently.
Yeah.
Dirks Gently is amazing. I would completely agree with adding that to the list.
Is that a play on Dirks Bentley?
No, Dirks
No.
Gently's holistic detective agency. It's written by Douglas Adams,
It's very good.
the guy who wrote Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Okay.
Hey, and when we come back around for animes, we got to do One Punch Man.
I've actually watched a little bit of Samurai Champloo.
Really?
Which is the follow up to Cowboy Bebop. It's the same guy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And it's like set during samurai times, and like I've enjoyed it. Like it's been a lot of fun.
That's good. I'm glad you're expanding your horizons.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, we didn't do. Did you guys do what have we been watching at the start?
Oh no, we didn't.
No.
The start of the show was a pre-show. Us just really bullshitting and talking about the name,
Oh, nice.
which we agreed on the show with a capital S for the first
Yeah,
show.
fantastic.
So, what has everyone been watching before we sign off?
I've been watching Dirks Gently. Been watching a little bit of Lucifer.
Lucifer got saved. Did you hear that, Adam?
I did not.
That's a funny play on words.
Yeah, it is.
The show was picked up by somebody. Who was it? ABC or Fox? Did Fox pick it? Who was it with originally?
I don't know. I just watched it on Hulu.
You didn't see the intro every time that you watched it?
No, I tuned that out.
Well, somebody picked it up. I think it was ABC.
Okay. Well,
To
that's
continue.
good. It's not a bad show. So yeah, just mainly those two. Let me check. Someone else can go on. I'll step back in when I remember the rest.
I've only been watching One Punch Man, and it's amazing. Everything that you love about fight scenes gets consolidated into one punch. So, and I mean, it can get difficult to keep that
Animate
going.
that?
Keep that interesting episode after episode.
Well, you
So
know what they do, right?
It's always about
Well, I haven't seen it.
it's always about the build up, and then One Punch Man comes in, and he's known for his thing.
But the story essentially majors on characters, instead of- which I think.
Oh well, yeah, you have to.
Is like,
I don't know.
no, but it's really good. It's a good show. It's a good anime, and it's crazy.
There's some type of lag spike or something because there was like a big gap in voices, and then all of a sudden Adam came in again.
Yeah, I was
Well-
gone too for a second. But Jay, what have you been watching?
I've been watching Silicon Valley, which I kind of am reluctant to admit to, but I actually like it a lot. Been watching Samurai Champloo, and also I've been watching the World Cup because that's like my jam.
Fair.
Who's winning?
Belgium.
Really?
Oh yeah, they've been great. There was a fantastic game today. Oof.
I heard Japan did really well.
They did all right. They went up 2-0, but then blew it and lost 3-2.
Boo.
But we're to the knockout round now, which is like the really exciting part. So I am like a pig in shit.
Well, that's a very nice state to be in fandom. But I've been watching Ash vs. the Evil Dead, which is one of my personal favorite shows of all time. I'm a huge fanboy of the Evil Dead series and Sam Raimi. I even like most of the Spider-Man films that he did. Most. I did not like the third one. But Ash vs. Evil Dead it's very campy. It's like 10 times more blood than you would ever need to have in a TV series. I think that the trailer for the second season actually got banned at Comic-Con. It was so violent.
I remember that.
Yeah. So that's been fun. I've been watching that with my girlfriend, and she's really enjoying that as well. So I can't think that I've actually been watching anything else except for that. Oh, AP Bio and Dirk Gently. So that's about it. And I will say Dirk Gently is a really interesting show. We kind of talked about it a second ago, but it's basically about a detective who is investigating things, and everything in the universe is connected, and it just kind of works out for him. And he meets a character played by Elijah Wood, who his life is kind of going to shit, and he just decides to kind of intertwine his life with his. And Elijah Wood is phenomenal in it. Like, he does a really great job. I've been a huge fan of Elijah ever since Wilfred. That's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't this like at least the second story arc where he plays a kid on the street with a shitty life that he has to get together?
Yeah, he's getting typecast now.
I was gonna say this is much more supernatural than Wilfred, but I can't really say that.
You can't really say that.
That'd be an interesting conversation to have. Typecast characters, just kind of go off script one time and have a show just about typecast characters that we've been noticing.
There's a show only about extras called Extras.
Fantastic show.
Very awkward show.
That's funny.
Is House of Cards any good?
It's goodish.
Is it accurate?
No.
Is it like educational?
No.
Isn't
Not
Red
accurate.
versus Blue-
Not accurate to current times, but accurate to current structure.
Technically,
Okay.
like there's the Senate, the House of Representatives, Supreme Court, presidency. Political parties,
Like
functions.
the show is set in America.
The show is set in America, but not with real politicians or
Fair.
real history. If you want something more accurate, but still fictional, I'd watch Newsroom.
Newsroom's good.
Newsroom's really fucking good.
It is solid show.
I love Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Daniels, oh my god, he's good in that.
Mhm.
He can act really well. He can play the funny character or the very serious.
If you're craving something that's good quality, Eric, I'd watch all the way through the Newsroom.
Mhm.
Even though the ending is not the best, they ended the way they ended the best way they could.
Netflix or what?
HBO.
HBO.
It's good.
It's not TV. It's HBO.
Oh.
Well, guys, I actually got to hit the bathroom, so
Don't hit it. Please use it.
now I'm gonna hit it.
Such
Well,
a bully.
Staying
Remember to quit
closer, shorter than
This is
you
what
think.
happens when you eat Taco Bell 4 times a week.
All right, guys. Well, that's our show. Thanks for riding the wave with us, and hopefully you're watching. And
See you
listening
next
along.
month
see you next eternity after we
when we
get
talk
this,
about
We
Fargo.
actually won't see them though. They'll see us
We'll let you
They
listen
actually
to
won't
us
see
or
next
hear
month.
us rather.
All right, Adam. Your technicalities. Okay.
Thank you for ruining everything, Adam.
You're welcome.
Salutations.
I'm out,
Adios.
bitches.
Later.